Yo, this is Knucking Futs. All 6 members present and gifted to me by tfsafari.com. This is Mecha Invasion's Giant Legion. We're going to turn them into Devastator. Wow, I can't believe we are here. I've done an extended review for each of these guys, and I'll put together a playlist that you can watch in case you haven't caught it. But in this video, we're just going to take them from their vehicle modes and convert them into Giant Legion. And I guess we'll start from the legs and go bottom up. Form feet, legs, arm, body. I'll form the head, the whole shebang. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, here we are, member number 1 of 6, and I'm not going to convert him into bot mode. We're going to go directly into the combine mode. And rather than kind of yammer on about this transformation, because I mean, you can pretty much see what I'm going to be doing with your eyes, I think I'll just like talk to you all, if that's okay. And yeah, I was going to say, dude, my my interaction with Devastator, you know, he was the first, you know, Transformers combiner that I was exposed to, and I remember just being like blown away. And if you've watched one of the shorts where I talk about me and my buddy Derek saving up to get Devastator, only to be denied, you know, because we hadn't saved enough to cover the tax on the toy, like yeah, and Derek moved away before we got to achieve it and stuff like before we got to achieve our dream. And sorry, I just want to make sure that that I'm orienting things properly over here. Yeah, this is all correct. But I did get to see it in hand finally. There was this cat named, there was a classmate named Vladimir, not Vladimir, Valdemar, and he lived relatively close to where I lived, and so a bunch of us after school we endeavored and we sojourned. We had a field trip over to his spot, and sorry, just double checking to make sure I got all of this right. And we yeah, we took a field trip to his spot, and we got to his place. And mind you, I'd seen Devastator like in package, you know, and I've seen the commercials and stuff like that. But this is my first time seeing him out of package, and watching Valdemar put Devastator together was such a deflating experience. Because first of all, and by the way, I kind of warned y'all before about the kind of like friction over here, and mine has suffered some paint scrapes over here because this area there doesn't really leave you. It doesn't really leave you a lot of gap, and so. But anyway, that's fine. I mean, no one's gonna see this other than me, so I don't really care. But just kind of giving you a heads up. But yeah. But anyway, so watching Valdemar like put it together and him like struggling, and then after he put it together, seeing that Devastator just like wouldn't stay upright. Dude, why is this not tabbing in here? What the? Oh, it was spun. Yo, dude, what's going on, dude? I think the double hinge just has to be just right. There we go. But watching him put it together and it just being so flimsy was just the exact opposite of what like the cartoon exuded. Like this giant, super bulky, burly, like mass of robots just all coming together in this giant force was not what the toy was. You know, it was a parts forming guy, and then he was like super inflexible. Like, you know, his posability was whack, and virtually none, just like swinging some like arms up and down and stuff. And I remember all of us like, I mean, Valdemar was pretty proud of it, and yeah, and as well as he should be, and he was showing it off and stuff. But I just remember all of us thinking like, dude, what is this? Like, what is this? You know, and just being so disappointed. And after that, I wasn't really in a hurry to acquire Devastator. Yeah, I was so let down by the experience. I just couldn't believe it, you know? It was such a betrayal, and I was like, what? And like, yeah, I mean, the Optimus toy and the Megatron toy clearly, you know, did not look like their heroic selves, but I don't know. It was something about Devastator. Maybe I just wanted too much. Maybe I was just expecting too much. My expectations were just like way high up in the air. And yeah, just utterly destroyed when I saw the toy. And by the way, you see how easy the transformation is, right? Yeah, I mean, I was kind of flummoxed over here for like a little bit, but for the most part, it's like really, really straightforward to go from the what is it? The alt mode into the into the combined form. Yeah. But yeah, growing up, I mean, I had seen other combiners from like other TV shows. Like I grew up watching like Combatler, Voltus 5, Voltron. In Korean, he was called Lion King. And yeah, Japan, he was, man, dude, why is this messing me up? I'm just spinning it around for eternity. There we go. He's called Go Lion, obviously, like, and that's kind of like a pun, like Go Lion, and also Go means like 5 in Japanese, so like 5 lions. And yeah, I'd seen my share of combiners, and there were a lot of impressive ones out in the market. You know, I think I'm just going to leave these like here because no one's really going to see the back of this thing. So we got numero uno leg done, right? And numero dos is right over here. And you're going to see how similar this transforms to this. The design philosophy is nearly identical, with a couple of things that distinguish this from this being outliers, but like all of this you're going to see is very similar. And so let me just cut away really quick so I can move this guy out of the shot. All right, I am back. And yeah, speaking about combiners, like in the US, we had Mighty Orbots. Do you guys remember Mighty Orbots? Of course you don't. Well, most of you won't. Well, actually, I take that back. 30% of the audience who watches this channel is actually very similar age as me. So about 30% of you probably will. Yeah, Mighty Robots, they were made by the same folks who did Godmars, I believe. And there is some resemblance to it. I also watched on TV Go Shogun, which was Macron 1. This probably over here is the trickiest part. There's this tab, and you gotta lift this bit like over it. And so, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the camera. So you gotta kind of like lift this up and get that to go over, but that's fine. And then once you do that, you got to flip this, and then you got to get this to go up. That's the most important part, and have that be perpendicular. And then we'll flip this around. Hope I don't get flummoxed. But yeah, there's like, I don't know, there's just something about a combiner. I've tried to, like, honestly, like, I've sat and just like thought about like, what is it about combiners that are so appealing, right? I mean, throughout we've seen it in like Super Sentai, like combiners, everyone just like really likes them, you know? I mean, everybody, not everyone, but like for the robot enthusiasts, yeah, we like big burly bots, and we like when there's a team. And I don't know. I think there is some type of like secret psychology behind the appeal of combiners. Typically when the robots would combine into their form, that's a wrap. You know what I mean? For the bad guy, that's kind of like a wrap. Typically that's how it is, right? It's like everything's going bad, but then the ace in the hole is kind of like, yeah, you know what? Let's form Voltron, activate interlock, dinotherms, da-da-da-da-da, and then form Blazing Sword. And then, dude, the bad guy got like nothing. They got nothing on him. And I've wondered if it's some type of sense of security. Like it brings you assurance that, like, you know what? Everything's going to be okay. Everything, no need to, you can set your worries down. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's that, or like, maybe it's teamwork. Like if you think about the psychology of sports, I mean, I don't know about, I guess worldwide, everybody respects athletes and sports and things like that, because, our brains still recognize physical endeavors and physical accolades. And we know not everyone can do those things. And in the animal kingdom, yeah, physicality is, wait a minute, hold up. Okay, yeah, physicality is respected and recognized. And, we're animals. And so when we see like hardcore apex level athletes, yeah, we respect them and stuff. And where was I going with that? Oh, yeah, athletes and like team sports and things. It's like, I wonder if there's something to the effect of team sports, like us liking accomplishing and defeating tasks or obstacles or foes or whatever as like a group, as a community, you know what I mean? And that somehow is part of the psychology of gestalts. I have no idea, but I think it's something fun to think about. And I've honestly, often I have thought about this, at least just for me personally. Like, I love, absolutely love combiners. And that's why when I'm doing like the bot bending stuff, in my mind, there's a theme going on. You know, I don't just like randomly put guys together. It's, oh, wait a minute, hold up. Oh, there you go. His head was kind of stuck there. Yeah, in my mind, there's like lore, there's something going on, there's something thematic about what I'm doing. And by the way, I think this is metal because this is cold to the touch. I was talking about in one of the videos like that perhaps it was not. I think it is metal. So anyway, so here we're taking a look at the legs, right? And this is what I was telling you. They're identical, design philosophy wise. The way this front part like bends up perpendicularly, the way there's a swivel down over here, there's an ankle tilt down over there, the way the treads fold up, the way the arms lock in, the way like, and I just really like that a lot. I think it's so smart. And I just think of them as like brothers or twinsies and stuff. And it makes it so that long haul doesn't have to be asymmetric. Because some of the combiners, when you see, like if you look at Generations Toys Gravity Builder, the way Scrapper and Mixmaster connect, they're very different, you know. But again, just really like the design sense that these cats have. And yeah, the legs are looking beautiful. Now let's work on long haul. I'm so excited actually because it's going to be the first time that we get to connect the torso to the boots. And so I'll be right back. Yay, I'm in such a good mood because we're about to combine them. Makes me want to dance. Seriously, it makes me want to dance like I ordered pizza or something. Like, dude, back in the day, it's weird, man. When the sins of the father. I don't know if that's a good way to put it, but so back in the day, like I used to get hype over food. Like we would get something good or in the anticipation of, and I would start dancing and like, dude, and my dad would yell at me. Like I've told a couple of stories about my dad, and mostly in a positive light. But the fact of the matter is, he abandoned our family, and he was in and out like a recurring, like a cameo character or something like that. Because my mom still kept up decent relations with him, but yeah, he pretty much abandoned our family. But man, he like dude, he would like dig into me when I would dance for food. Like seriously, he would get so mad. And he would just like, I won't say the words that he used, but he would just be like, yo, knock that ish off, right? And I would just be like, oh, man, I'm a kid, man. I'm just a giddy fat kid. I'm sorry, you know? Like, geez Louise, I'm sorry. But that habit, it kind of like carried down. So when my younger brother, and I feel bad for this, when my younger brother, I have two younger brothers, he would start dancing for food and stuff. I would get in his face and yell like, dude, you can't dance for food, you know, like, because I wasn't allowed to do it. And I just thought it was something bad that if you did, you know, and so I would yell at him and to be like, dude, don't dance for food. And like, and he was just getting giddy, dude. He was just getting giddy, just like I was getting giddy, but it was like a cardinal sin to dance for food. And so, so I yelled at him for that. Sorry, buddy. And then we have another brother. We have three of us. And when my youngest brother was born, he would also dance for food because we just love dancing for food. And hold up for a second. I did something wrong. One moment. All right, I reversed a couple of things because at the end of the day, these tires need to be on the outside and it was on the inside. So I believe I need to lift this up and I need to bring that around. And this I need to bring down over here. And I believe that is correct. And then this entire thing goes over. Yeah, I believe. So anyway, so now my second younger brother would yell at my youngest brother when he would dance for food, right? Everybody's getting yelled at for dancing for food. And then after that, like my mom just a single mom raising us, she took a lot of like odd jobs and, you know, she would volunteer to like babysit kids as well. And so there would always be kids. There'd always be kids at our spot. And there was this one little girl named Ashley. And she was a little pudgy kid and she would dance for food. And then my youngest brother would yell at her and be like, hey, you can't dance for food. And that wrath that my dad had passed on, that scolding of dancing for food, it passed down to generations. But yo, I'm here to tell you right now, it is perfectly acceptable to dance for food. In fact, I encourage you to dance for food. Celebrate, and be joyous in your love for food. Yeah, and it was my mistake for yelling at my brother for dancing for food. So please forgive me, bud. I didn't know any better. I got yelled at for dancing for food, and I just passed down that horrible legacy of reprimanding and not letting people have fun and dancing for food. And so I'm sorry about that. Yeah, man. Sorry. I had to kind of compose myself. If you hear me tell these stories, right, about my youth, you might be wondering, like, dude, how do you remember all of this stuff, right? And that's a really good question. And that is one of my mutant abilities. I've mentioned that I am neurodivergent, and one of my abilities is, hyper is one of them. Hyper empathy, hyper wrath, hyper sensitivity, hyper memory. Like things are like amplified, and it's not always good. It's not always good. It's a balance to things. And this, by the way, over here, there's a double hinge that you got to rock. And once you get it right, though, it will lock into place and it will cover this gap over here. I always get that wrong. Yeah. I wish the A stance was a little bit smaller, that it can do one more. But anyway, so like I said, my memory, right? I'm able to remember a lot. I remember stuff when I was 3. I mean, granted, the stuff that I remember when I was 3 is very, very hazy. And there's very few memories from that time that I actually remember. So, okay, hold on for a second. Man, so this is what the torso looks like right now, right? I need to find a better way to show this later on camera when he's standing up properly. And so I think that's going to be a problem for later me when I actually configure all of them. But for now, we're just going to be looking at the leg portion. And so let me bring the guys back and let me try connecting them. I can already see the connection ports over here. And so give me one moment, okay? All right, shout out to Al Bundy, Ed O'Neill. We're about to do a shoe fitting right now. So these bits, this like eye shape over here with this little thing going over, yeah, you can see that it's going to slot right in there. And you know what? I may have to bring these out. My guess is that these will lock in after I bring those in. That's just a guess. And I don't think it matters which one goes on which leg. I think they're interchangeable. So this slots in there very easily. It's not too tight or anything like that. But the two little teeth right there, you see those? I can see those tapping into the side of the leg. If I can just get the orientation right. And I'm having a little bit of difficulty to be completely honest. That's going in there, and the front one is going in fine, but the one on the back doesn't really want to go in. Huh. And I'm sure I could have a better time doing it off camera, but okay, I think I got it. And then this just goes up. Oh, and then there is a tab in a slot over here where it kind of sits. It's not super. Oh, okay, it's a decent connection. All right, then I'm gonna assume that this will work the same. I will push this in. That's pretty tight. And then I will bring this in and have that tab in to that slot right there. Oh, and there's one more that I didn't notice is right there. That will also tab in. It's actually quite secure. And then this will come in and tab up here. That is a very, very, very secure connection. And it's easy to do. Like some of the other Devastators that I've handled in the past are tricky. Like you got to get them inserted in weird angles and stuff like that. But this is good. This is good. Oh, it's a decent knee bend. Doesn't go full 90. And I wonder, is it because of the tire? Yeah, and even if you move the tire, it only has one extra click, so not really worth messing up the sculpt for that. But that was cool, man. That's really cool. All right, let's get the other one in here. I am going to continue with my story, by the way. I just need to figure out this guy over here. Let's slot. Oh, I forgot. Need to open these up, actually. Yeah. Let me connect this, and then I will continue my my thoughts, because this is occupying my brain circuitry right now. All right, that one went in there. Secure my door. Everything feels nice and tight. And the second one, if I can just, I can't see it as well because there's the other leg, but I'm pushing in this section right there. Oh, that went in quite nicely. Look at that. Look at that. Boy, isn't that nice? Isn't that like satisfying? It gives me such a great sense of like stability, and like all my worries have melted away. All my worries in life have melted away. No, they haven't, but that looks nice, bruh. That looks real nice. Let me actually show the top part. That's really looking good, dude. That's really looking good. Oh my goodness, dude. Woo, I'm having a moment to process. Oh gosh, that looks so good. One more time. That looks so good. The thighs look so massive and chunkerific. Oh, beautiful. And the calves just like bulging out like this. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay. I don't know if I should have connected this, because now I realize I'm going to have to connect hook at the top. and maybe I'll need to like bend them down like this in order for it to all connect. What was I doing? What was I thinking? I was in such a hurry to connect the legs because I don't know, man. I just couldn't wait. All right, we'll figure out. It's a problem for future me. I'll get there in a second after I convert hook. All right, I'll be right back. All right, I think I remember how to convert hook. Like, I think I'll be able to talk to y'all while I do this. But anyway, one of the things, like I said, that I mentioned is hyper, right? My hyper memory. And dude, I remember a lot of stuff when I was a kid, specifically about how poorly I treated people. I mean, granted, you know, like I'm a kid, right? I'm a kid, and obviously I'm not making the best decisions in my life because, you know, I've only been on the earth for so many years, right? But especially when I think about, like, I could have treated my brothers better. I could have been much better. I could have not been a jerk, or like I could have been better to my moms or my friends, or like these things. Like, God, they haunt me. They haunt me so bad. Like, I can't forget them. You know, I wish I could, but I can't. And they serve as like a stark reminder to me about like what a crappy human being I was. But you know, there was just a certain moment in my life where I came to this kind of understanding, and it was to kind of like forgive myself. And basically, like, my brain created this story, and I'll share that story with you right now as soon as I can unhook, no pun intended, the leg. Okay, the hips very specifically. Yeah, I realized, like, you know, I think about all the things that I did or didn't do as a kid, and I'm embarrassed about those things. But I just realized, like, man, you know what? I was a kid. Like, I was a caterpillar, And currently I'm a butterfly, and I can't look at the caterpillar things and be like, man, dude, why'd I do all those caterpillar things? Well, it's because I was a caterpillar at that time. And I was only capable, oops, I forgot I gotta lift this bit up. I was only capable of doing caterpillar things, you know? That's all that I was capable of doing. There's no way as a child I could have thought like an adult. I mean, that would have been weird, first of all. And so it's like I evolved and developed this sense of understanding and forgiveness, because those memories, like I told you, are not going away. And so I needed a way to like reconcile them. And that was basically not even just forgiving myself, but it was just really coming to it's understanding myself and just being like, sorry, dude, maybe I shouldn't be telling this story right now. Just focus on this. But yeah, it was coming to an understanding. Okay, I got it. And yeah, just knowing that, sure, I did act like a jerk. Like, sure, I did act like a spoiled brat. But also, I was a kid. I was a kid. Now, if I were to act like that child as an adult, I think that would be problematic. Yes, I think that would be very problematic. This part over here, if this is your first time watching the video and you haven't connected Hook's legs together, let me just show you an intimate detail right now. So for starters, the hip section over here, make sure that it is perpendicular as best as you can. And this, line up those teeth to the what is it, the vacant areas over here, and push them in, and then bring this like up. Tilt this up and then push back. That's all you need to do. It's very easy. One more time over here. Get the teeth to sit in, tilt up, and push back. That's all you got to do. Super easy, right? And then from here, you got to open this up and then double hinge this, rock the arm connectors down, fold this in, and then, oh wait, you know what? Before you do that, the arm, those teeth are going to sit in there. Same thing for that. Oops, oopsies. And then you're going to bend the forearm right there. And you're going to have this bit hug that. And this is going to all come down. And the teeth kind of fell out of the backpack area again. There we go. There we go. But this is kind of sagging, and then this will actually tab in all of here. And then later when Hook gets connected, there will actually be additional points of connectivity on him to additional like locking mechanisms. And so this bit will lift up. But yeah, like I said, I really needed to kind of like come to peace with myself, because those memories were really haunting. Like I just couldn't forgive myself, and it would drive me crazy. And yeah, I had to reconcile and to be like, hey man, you're just a human being, just like every other human being on here, and you make mistakes, dude. You're not perfect. And I think, yeah, that drive for perfection, it like, there's a lot of childhood trauma and stuff like that, you know. Like I said, with my dad abandoning the family, like those things have meaningful impacts on you as an adult and on your psyche in ways that you don't really know. But yeah, I had to learn to kind of like love and accept myself a little bit more in order for me to become a better human being, you know. And hold up. There we go. There we go. All right. That looks so good. But I am deathly panicking on how I'm going to get long haul to connect to this right now, especially because the legs are attached. I may have to do it off camera. I don't want to do it off camera, but I think I may have to. But let me at least show you. One moment. All right. You see those channels over here? Those little black bits over there will slide in, but it's very difficult for me to do on camera right now. It's very unwieldy. And not only do I think it's going to be, bad for film, I think just me, it's going to mess me up as well. So please forgive me, but I'm going to slide this in off camera and I will be right back. Alrighty, for what it's worth, it actually went in there pretty well. You can't see it right now, but yeah, all the little tabs are fully recessed on the little slots, those long slots that you saw earlier. Everything works except for this bit right over here. That little tab is supposed to be in there. Is supposed to be connecting, but I can't get it to connect on either side. Not exactly sure what's going on. I've tried, but it's not really working out. But it doesn't impede the connection, or it doesn't make it it doesn't compromise any of the sturdiness or anything like that. I mean, I'm sure it would enhance the sturdiness, if you will, but he still looks magnificent. Wait a second, hold up. The waist was slightly off-centered and it was really bugging me, but there he goes. That looks good, man. That looks good. And I think I need a bigger display stand and also a camera that can do more zoom out, but that's another problem for another day. But he looks glorious, doesn't he? He is absolutely glorious. Absolutely glorious. And now we get to work on the arms. We will get to work on the arms. All right, cool. I will be right back, Jack. I was going to say, when I do the final thoughts and I kind of have him all in his Devastator mode, I'm thinking I may actually tilt the camera vertically and put a couple of things on the side so that we can just kind of look at it in the center so that I can talk about it. But we'll see. We'll see. And I think I'm going to be able to do these in one go because the arms are pretty simple. But yeah, man. Yeah. I live with a fair amount of a combo breaker. After reviewing the video, I decided to redact what I originally said. I just kind of reviewed it and I just felt like maybe not appropriate for just a toy review, and so I decided to go back and remove it, and so that's why this piece is different, and you won't be hearing any audio for a little bit longer, but that's about it. It will resume in just a few seconds when I'm folding out the hand from the mixer drum, so hang tight, okay? Thanks for understanding. I can't just be a victim, you know what I mean? Then it's then I'm losing control of my life. And so, yeah, I can't have that type of victim mentality. You just got to live and whatever, dude. And those things are all in the past. Those things are all just ghosts, and they can't really hurt me anymore, But yeah, I'm a pretty complex individual, as we all are, But I try to talk to y'all as if we're all cool. I mean, we are cool, But I mean, if you watch the channel regularly, or even if this is your first time, you can tell that I talk to you in a very familiar and warm demeanor, primarily because I really don't know how else to talk to you guys. I'm not the type of YouTuber that's putting on a show. I mean, I know those things, typically they get more eyeballs on them. Shows meaning they're programming and stuff. They're scripted, and people watch them like they watch TV, and essentially that's what YouTube is now. They're just like shows. It's just like cable TV. It's like anything, and then you make ad revenue, and so it's all the same, But I'm not one of those people, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that I'm not one of those individuals. And I mean, if I really cared about making big money, I would probably make an attempt to emulate some of those things that I've seen make some of those shows that I've seen make money. Sorry, but that is not my interest right now. My interest is I just like toys. I like toys a lot, especially robot toys. And the fact that I have a sponsor who's willing to sponsor my habit, to put it nicely, and allows me to see all sorts of different types of toys. I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful that I have a channel full of community members like you all who I can talk to, who I can break bread with, and share takes and what I think is cool or not cool about these toys. And dude, what is... Oh. I'm so eternally grateful for like all of that, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I don't know how to be anything else other than what I really am on this channel already. And because of that, I will say though, some people have gotten a little bit too familiar because, of course, you know the person who's talking to you right now to some degree, but people have a lot of depth, and you know, people always assume that they like know me. It's like, well, you know who you're seeing, who's talking to you right now on the screen. You know the guy on YouTube, but you don't like know me. You know what I mean? And by the way, the arms look beautiful. Different design philosophy, but at the same time, uh, it works. It works for them. And they're similar where they need to be. And just, again, I love the all-in-one built-in gimmick. It's just so brilliant the way they're able to do this. And so now let me connect these to Devastator, and we'll talk. And I think I'm going to put this in vertical format. Yeah, one sec. This is probably going to mess up the audio as well because I think it's blocking one of the microphone ports, but whatever, dude. I don't really have any other recourse. And so this, will it slide on like that? Oh yeah, dude. That's nice. That's nice. And it's just a very, very big tab and a very big slot. And you just push it in. It doesn't lock or anything like that, but the weight, everything just kind of like holds it in place. And boy, he's a little back heavy, dude. You know what? Never mind. I straightened him up and he's fine, but he's definitely heavy. He's a heavy Devi. He's a Devastator. I do wish the feet had some rubber pads on them because he's heavy Devi. I can feel it pushing against the ratchets, and I'm just worried over time, if there's nothing else supporting these legs, it's going to really weaken those particular ratchets. And I think he looks very cool in his A stance, and I want him to be displayed in his A stance versus just, you know, like military straight and stuff, like which is fine, but I think it looks more dynamic like this. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to try to figure out, like, one of the things that I used to do for my figures, I used to put just rubber bands on their feet. Like the Combiner Wars figures, I would just wrap rubber bands around them. And yeah, he is a little back heavy though. I mean, it cleans up very, very nicely, but he does have a tendency of wanting to lean back. And so I think I'm going to put some rubber stoppers on him. But man, look at that, man. Just aesthetically, it is so gorgeous. And it's so pleasing to look at, man. When I just look at this stuff, like the way the tires are, just, there's something about this. That is just so artistically pleasing, aesthetically pleasing to the eye. I can't stop looking at it. It's the most beautiful Devastator that I've ever seen with my own eyes. I've seen the Toy World version. You know, I've seen the Combiner Wars G1, Jinbao, Make Toys, all of them, you know, Magic Squares, New Age, all of them. But to me, and this is just my personal opinion, this is the most beautiful Devastator I've ever seen. I love the proportions, dude. I love the strength that the calves exude, the way the thighs are so chunked, the proportions of it, the way the arms look, the way the hands, the fingers, the head, the placement of the shoulders, and all of these things. It's just absolutely breathtaking and beautiful. I love this. I really, really do. Oh, and of course there is the gimmick where this flips over, and then this pulls out, and the blaster, I believe it's on a double hinge, and so you can actually bring it forward. There you go. Because I saw a couple of videos where individuals aren't using the double hinge, and it's not covering that hole. Okay, you can't see it. Well, there you go. There you go. And then from here you can bring out the scope as well. That's pretty neat. So many cool like gimmicks built in. And so when I look at this, I definitely get the sense of like, whoever made this, I'm sorry, it was all blurry, that they are an artist. They really, really are, and that they're expressing themselves via this craft. And I just absolutely think it's beautiful. I think it's breathtaking, to be very, very honest with you. And I'm going to recess this, and I'm going to put this all back. Because I'm going to have this hang over his shoulder. This bit actually hooks in the top, but I just didn't do a very good job of securing it. Hold on for a second. Can I get this? Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a little hook right there, and there's a hole, and so when this goes over, it's supposed to sit in there, but maybe this purple thing is supposed to be recessed underneath here. I'm wondering if it's having some collision problem. Potentially it is. I'll have to check on that, but for the time being, it's good. I can mess with that later. But yeah, man. Sorry, I got a little, perhaps a little bit too personal in this video, talking about a couple of things, but yeah, at the same time, if you're one of the individuals that watches these videos to the end, I get the sense that you're here because I just talk to you like a normal person. Like I talk to you like we're hanging out in a living room. I just talk to you like we're at a lobby or a game convention and we're just breaking bread, or we're just talking over dinner or something like that, you know? And I like doing that. Unfortunately, most people don't like that type of stuff because it's reflected in the metrics, analytics, and monetization. But I don't know, man. This is just me. Maybe it'll change over time, but at least for now, yeah, this is what the channel is. And that's that, yeah. Perhaps this is a little bit of therapy for me, you know? It's a little bit of catharsis. And maybe that's what this channel actually is. And I just spat. Anyway, my friends, this has been Mecha Invasion's Giant Legion, their Devastator, sent to me by TF Safari. Check them out before you do any type of toy shopping, tfsafari.com. Utilize the codes on the top right-hand corner of your screen, and I will catch you all next time, okay? Thank you so much for being here. Bye.